All right, gang. So we're going to wrap up the third part of this segment of my interview with BRich, and or better known as BRich Beauty. So make sure you watch all the way through. If I look at the metrics, I look at the data. Everybody don't watch all the way through, and that's cool. We got other stuff to do, but it is hilarious. We have such a good time on the rest of this interview, and the more you know, the more you save. So you might as well watch it and subscribe and like it.
Did you find that you looked at some of those places and you said, this place is as big as the apartment that I'm in now, and you want me to pay the mortgage and the condo association fee? Did that just kind of feel like a slap in the face to you, or is that just me?
Yes, and here's the thing. I understand the value of an HOA, especially, when it's reasonable and you have great amenities. But for example, I saw this one unit, a unit falls within my price range, but the HOA fee was $750 a month.
What did that include?
It better include unlimited wine, I'm gonna tell you that much.
So let's talk about the lender search. So you
Yes.
just spoke with the lender and you're figuring this out. I always tell clients or people that I'm working with, and even in my YouTube channel, I like to tell people, you are the it kid. Like, you're the person at the school that just moved in and everyone wants to take you to the dance. So that's the same mentality that you come into choosing a lender position of leverage, because the lender should be competing for your business. So with that in mind, how are you finding that process?
Well, adding a second lender to my list after now speaking to you, I just had a conversation with the lender. So the lender came from the recommendation of my realtor, right? So this is a person that they use for all of their things with their
transactions.
No, the real estate agent he's associated to. What is it called?
With
his agent. Yes. So the lender is associated with the brokerage because they use them for all of their other clients as well. So for me, the learning piece was understanding the difference between pre-qualification versus pre-approval. And so really that's what we spent most of our conversation on, understanding what's the better solution currently in this moment, dealing with Rona. And so one of the things that you'd be very proud that I've learned is that, if I get a pre-approval, it's good for 4 months. And which also then became a factor for me, because who knows when this, us being able to reemerge in society is going to be able to take place. So I did not want to have to go through the process of pre-approval, credit being run. And then, by the time this is over, I have now 1 month left on this pre-approval to try to find a home. So right now we're going to go the pre-qualification route, which doesn't really require the actual run of my credit, but we can start doing the work of gathering the documents and having a general idea of what the budget will be for me.
Well, yeah.
Did that answer your question? Sorry.
It did answer my question, and that's good. It's good to know that you're going through that process with a lender. The reason I always tell people and encourage clients and even prospective clients that you should consider lenders and best options for lenders, it's because lenders do not get paid without clients that are looking to buy or sell their house. Realtors do not get paid without a client that's looking to buy or sell their house. And as a result, you hold all the keys in the transaction. While you are the most nervous and you lack all of the information typically, especially as the first time home buyer, to navigate the transaction, you are also the most valuable piece of the transaction. And
I hold the power.
You hold the power, because at any point in time, you can tell that lender, no, I don't want to work with you. You can tell that realtor, no, I don't want to work with you, right? And you just have to go through the necessary notifications to inform that person. And so what I always encourage people is that, especially in a situation with a lender, you or any situation, really, as we go through this process, you want to make sure you're putting yourself in a position to come out with the best benefit. So I always tell people to think about a couple things. One, no matter where you live or you're located, there's probably down payment or closing cost assistance programs that are available to you. So investigate those and ask your realtor about those programs. Second, ask your realtor whether or not there's lender qualifications. Does the lender have to be qualified in order for you to participate in these down payment and closing cost programs? Why is that important? Because a lot of times a real estate agent may have a relationship with a lender because this person helps them close loans faster, or maybe for whatever other reason they have a relationship. They met them at a networking event and they just like to do business. But maybe the lender is not certified to participate in those programs that are going to benefit you as the client. So it's always important to make sure, while you do have that trust and that relationship with a real estate agent, to have that additional sliver of information to ask questions.
Can I ask you a question? So,
well, actually, I'm asking the questions. No, I'm just kidding.
I was like, wait, what? So, where would you recommend someone like me that's new to this to go in order to look to see what local programs or first-time home buying programs exist? Is there like a particular website, or what would be your recommendation?
So 2 things I'll say to that. The first is that I'm not licensed in Florida or any other jurisdictions, right? So I won't be able to give specific advice. The second is, and that a lender, as you speak to them, should be able to advise you about programs, but that doesn't answer your question, because you want to be able to get a hold to that information yourself so you're informed when you speak to someone, right?
Exactly.
So the second answer to that is just going to the Google, to Google and typing in Florida first time home buyer programs, down payment and or Florida down payment and closing cost assistance.
Okay.
I will tell you 100% of the time that is typically how I start out a search if I'm looking in an area or I just want to know about a program. What will happen is that there's a conglomerate of different websites that also exist where they'll give you information about specific programs in all 50 states. So I think I have that link saved in my professional sources. So I'll include that in the link below in the comment section so everyone can access that as well. So they update that fairly regularly. And it includes not only local programs, but it includes local NGO, non-government organizations, like charitable organizations.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah. It's a very comprehensive resource as it relates to that. I was actually thinking about writing a book on down payment and closing cost programs, and then I came across that website, and I was like, well.
It kind of exists.
Well,
but you know what? Put your own spin on it, honey. Write it, seal it, print it, send it to press. Action, there you go.
I was like, right, add it to the things to do while we're on quarantine, right?
Write a book.
So that's really good. So that's good. I'm really glad that we had that conversation about a lender, because that's really important. Because there's so many different options that are available to you, and nuances, even things like the mortgage credit certificate. The MCC is actually a federal program, and the
really?
Yeah, so that the federal program, the lender has to be qualified to participate in that program, and it is a tax credit. What does that mean? That doesn't make any sense. Well, basically, over the course of 30 years, you get to write off $66,000 to about as it relates to your unpaid principal balance. What it does is the federal government allows you to take a percentage of the interest that you pay on your loan for making your mortgage every year as a tax credit when you file your taxes. What that also has the benefit of doing is, because it is a tax credit and it goes towards you as the client, your lender, if they are savvy enough, can actually can do the math and the calculations, and whatever that cash savings is each year for you, they can use that money to reduce your DTI, which is your debt to income ratio. So that way you have more favorable debt to income qualifications for a loan. So if you're at 47% and you decide to use the MCC of mortgage credit certificate and purchase that, they cost anywhere between $900 and $1,200 depending, and you can pay for those at closing. So at the back end of the loan, the lender can write it into the loan typically. So it's basically like you're just opting into it, and you just pay for it with the loan monies, right, at closing.
Wow.
Yeah, and they can apply anywhere from, I've seen here in DC.
That's a sippable moment. Sorry. I'm like, oh, I need to sip my tea for that one.
Yeah, I've seen in DC where people they've been able to apply up to $300 a month to their overall income, and it reduced their debt to income ratio using that mortgage credit certificate. Because in DC allows you to take 20% of all of the interest that you pay on your mortgage to take as a tax credit.
Wow.
Yeah.
The more you know.
The more you know. The more you know, the more you save, right?
Absolutely.
So perfect. All right. So any lows right now as it relates to like going through the process?
No, I think because it's so early on, don't have any real lows except
Okay.
just the unknown of still trying to figure out where I want to go, where I want to live, hoping that, the pre-approval works favorably. So I have a nice, robust budget to look for a home. So yeah.
Good. Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to move into a section I like to call the lightning round.
Okay.
In this section, what I do is I'll say a word that relates to ownership, things that go in or out of your home or around the home, and just yell out the first word that comes to mind, right?
See, I had to take a sip. I got nervous. Got me nervous.
I see.
All right, cool. I'm ready.
Ready? All right. Condo. Laughter. All right.
Wait, condo. Condo, Green Acres. I thought about, oh, darling, I just adore a penthouse view. Sorry.
Single family home.
Me, alone.
Yard work.
Hate it.
Housework.
Hate it.
Bedroom.
Love it.
Cleaning.
Hate it. Housekeeper.
Gutters.
Who? What'd you call me? Listen, this is a family show.
I love it. Comedy. Well, thank you so much.
Is it over?
That was it. It's not like a list of words. It's just a few.
Wait. Do you want to redo the lightning round? I'm sorry. Did I totally
That's totally perfect. All of this is totally going to go in there.
I feel like I completely failed the test.
No. I was like, how are we going to do a lightning round? And there's an explanation for the first word. That's more like a rolling storm.
Well, because you said condo and I was like Green Acres, but I'm like, no one really understands Green Acres or knows the reference.
I didn't understand. You were like Green Acres. I was like, what is this bitch talking about? What are you doing?
Right. He was like, what Dr. Seuss novel are you talking about? But Green Acres was a television show in, I think, the 60s with Ava or Jaja. And she was a high society woman who married a businessman and he wanted to live on a farm. So she was very well off. And in the opening credits, she opens her balcony door and she's like, darling, I just adore a penthouse view. Because when I think about condo, I think about a penthouse.
So you couldn't have just said penthouse?
Well, the story's better. More entertaining, right? Darling, I just do a penthouse view. I get allergic smelling hay. All the things that you asked me, like housework, hate it. Yard work, trash. Gardener, how about that? Gardener, yard work, gardener.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you taking the time today to answer these questions and talk to me about your buying process. I wish you the best as you go forward. Any questions that I can answer to you that are within the scope of not violating ethics laws, I'd be glad to do that.
Sure. I'll just leave you a comment in the comment section. Be
right.
Like, so, in Florida, can I do this?
Right.
Just to test you.
If you want the real tea. Well, again, don't forget to subscribe, like the video, turn on notifications, and share it with your friends. The contact or the link information for BRich_beauty will be in the comment section down below. And be sure to go over, check out his content and his material, and be sure to subscribe. Love you lots. You're my friend. I'm your friend. Remember, we are friends together. Take care.